Thank you very much. It's great to be here with you all tonight. I'm recording this little talk because I've got a website too, like so many candidates these days, and I'm going to post this on my website later. My website is www.doddforcourt.com, and it's D-O-D-D, Steve Dodd. A month ago, running for the Alabama Court of Criminal Appeals was the furthest thing from my mind. I had no inclination to do it. But on April the 3rd, two of our sitting Court of Criminal Appeals judges announced that they weren't running for re-election. So well, obviously a lot of you people's ears perked up. Well, qualifying closed on Friday, April the 4th, so I had all of 2 days to think about it. So here I am, running for the Court of Criminal Appeals place. Let me tell you just a little bit about myself. I grew up in Arab, Alabama, Marshall County, graduated Arab High School in 1975. I'm 51 years old. I'm single, never been married, have no children. I graduated from the University of Alabama in 1979. I graduated from the University of Alabama School of Law in 1982. I've worked in a lot of political campaigns. My first political campaign was 1978. I worked for Bill Baxley for governor. He lost that race to Bob James. I worked in the Bill Baxley for lieutenant governor race in 1982, and he was elected. I also worked in the George Wallace for governor race that year, and he was elected. As a result of being involved in those races and being on the winning side, there was a time when Democrats won all the races. If you're old enough, you know what I'm talking about. Some of you younger folks might not remember that. But Governor Wallace offered me a job in his administration. So I worked for 3 years as an assistant legal advisor to Governor Wallace. I met a lot of great people there, and it was a great experience. I want to be on the Court of Criminal Appeals because I've been doing what a Court of Criminal Appeals judge does for the last 17 years. My job is to read transcripts and write briefs and make arguments to the Alabama Court of Criminal Appeals in criminal cases. If I'm elected to the Court of Criminal Appeals, I'll be doing the exact same thing, except instead of writing the briefs, I'll be making the decisions and writing the opinions. So I believe I'm qualified. As a matter of fact, I believe this is the job in this world I am most qualified for. Now, I have an opponent, and he is currently a judge. But I hope that the voters will see and understand that my experience is perfect for the job. His would be good, but mine's perfect. Yes, there's a lot of problems in the state. Yes, there's a lot of problems in the country. Joe Turnham last night, the chairman of the Democratic Party, said that the way we take this state and this country back is one little step at a time. As citizens, we do our part. As elected officials, we do our part. We stand up and be accountable, be heard. We've got nothing to be ashamed about. It's the other side who should be ashamed for what's happened in the last few years. We've done nothing to be ashamed of. As a matter of fact, I can look back on all the races I've been involved in that have lost. I mean, I was involved in the Dukakis presidential campaign. Think how that would have been different if we'd have had President Dukakis instead of President Bush #1. If we hadn't had President Bush #1, I don't think we'd have ever had President Bush #2. Think about what the state might have been like if Bill Baxley had been able to have been governor. I don't know, some of you folks may not remember Bill, some of you may not have believed in him. But Bill Baxley, you may not remember this, but in 1983, I don't know if you hear about this, but from time to time you hear someone say, we should amend our Constitution, we should fix our Constitution is broken. There's too many local amendments, there's too little taxation authority at the local level. Everything is hamstrung at the state level, at the state legislature. Well, Bill Baxley passed a new Constitution in 1983. I was involved in it. He did it with the help of Governor George Wallace. Unfortunately, the special interests filed a lawsuit and the Alabama Supreme Court struck it down. So we revised our Constitution in 1983. It's just that the special interests and the big boys in Montgomery beat it back. So the moral of the story is that we Democrats have to rise again. We have to stick together. We have to support each other. and we have to do the right thing when it's our turn. We've done nothing to be ashamed of. I'm proud of all of you, and